participating this afternoon in our media avail ahead of my Miami Heat's game against the Washington Wizards in the 2024 NBA Mexico City game. Same process as usual. If I could ask you all to use the raise hand function over Zoom, and I will call on you. Jaime will be able to take questions in Spanish, and I can help with translations as need be. Un recordatorio, por favor, utilicen el función para levantar la mano a través de Zoom y yo lo llamaré. Por favor, tengan su nombre y nombre del medio de comunicación por quien trabajas y seguiremos ahí. Primera pregunta, Rodrigo Tobal con Fox Sports.
Thank you very much. Should I ask in English or Spanish? Sorry.
However you feel comfortable.
Okay. So Jaime, it's a pleasure to have you here this time for these minutes for Fox Sports. I'd like to ask you what are your emotions about your next visit here in Mexico City? And a second one that is actually a question for the people, how committed you are with Mexico's national team, and if we can see you in the next tournaments playing for Mexico. Thank you.
Well, start with your first question. I'm very excited to go down and play in Mexico City. I don't think I've ever done it since the last time I played, especially not in front of a crowd. So I'm very excited to do that. I know a lot of my family is going to come down to watch the game, a lot of friends as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited to, play in front of the beautiful country of Mexico. And as far as your second question, I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of moving parts all the time. Things change, things happen. So, we'll see what happens in the future. It's something that I'm still open to doing. Me and Coach Omar, we've had some talks and we're going to continue that process going forward.
Thanks, Jaime. Next question, Nicholas Schiller, El Universal. Nicolás?
Yes, I'm here. Jaime, how are you? Nicolás Schiller for El Universal Deportes. Well, I wanted to ask you, this game is going to be like themed for El Día de Muertos. And I would like to ask you if you, as a Mexican, are you used to celebrate Día de Muertos, and if it means something like extra special for you to play this game here in Mexico? Because the last time the Miami Heat played in Mexico City, in that season, you guys played the finals. So if you think that's going to be like extra motivation to get to the finals one more time.
I mean, yeah, if we continue that theme and playing in Mexico City and going to the finals, we'll go to Mexico City every single year. That's for sure. But back to the other question, Dia de los Muertos. Yeah, I mean, definitely celebrate it with my family. Definitely special time. And yeah, it's always exciting. It's always fun, and excited to have that game down in Mexico.
Next, we'll go to Marcelino Fernandez with ESPN.
Hi, Jaime. How are you? Marcelino Fernandez from ESPN Mexico. How do you describe the last experience that you have in the summer training with the USA team? How do you describe how this impact on you for your second year in the NBA?
I would say it was a pretty big impact. I think more so as just myself as a basketball fan, being able to share the court with all those guys. I don't know if a lot of people can say they've shared the court with LeBron, Steph, KD, all on the same team. So that was a really special moment, and as well, it gave me a lot of confidence and made me realize that, my, I guess, skill and talent level, I can play with those guys. So that gave me a lot of confidence going into this year, and I was really honored to be a part of that.
Eduardo López con Diario AS.
Thank you. Hello, Jaime. Nice to meet you. Nice talking to you. I want to ask you about how would you describe the Miami Heat culture and what it makes so special and so different from other teams in the NBA? Why do you think that Miami Heat culture contributes to creating better and complete players?
Oh, that's a great question. I asked that question to, all the guys that we get from other teams who have came here. I asked them, is it really different? Because obviously I know nothing else but the Miami Heat. And they all confirmed that yes, it is different. And I think what makes us so different is the care for the players at every single level. At every single level, guys come here and they're going to feel like everyone cares about them the same, and that they're going to put the work in for each and every one of these players to help them develop and get better. And that's been a trend that you've seen throughout the course of this organization. And it's about coming into work, playing with heart, doing everything for the team, and yeah, that's why I think it separates us from everyone else.
Thank you, Jaime.
Marisol Rojas, El Economista.
Hello, Jaime. Well, you are considered one of the Mexico-American player with the most possibilities to grow in the league. How does it can influence in your decision when you want to decide if you're playing for the US or playing for Mexico?
Yeah, I mean that's a great question. I obviously I was born in California, raised in the United States. My grandmother's from Mexico. My father is full Mexican. My grandfather, he is Mexican as well, but his parents had immigrated already to California. Um, so that's where my, Mexican heritage comes from. And then my mother, she's from Minnesota. She's Norwegian. So that's why I get the half and half in America. There's a lot of mixture, and I presume going throughout the next 10 years, everyone's going to be a mix of something in America. But when that goes to playing for USA or Mexico, I mean, I played for USA, been to the camps when I was in high school. Then I went over to Mexico, and played there for a summer. And, each was great experiences, both very different from one another. And something about me is I like to just have those experiences, just to say I was able to do them. Very cool to play in Mexico City and then go down in Peru. Um, that was an amazing experience. And, also with USA, it was an amazing experience in high school. And then this past summer, I got to train with them as well. So, it comes to be a difficult decision. I won't lie. And, when that time gets there, it'll get there. I'm looking forward to it. And I guess that's my answer.
Michelle Cruz with Millennial.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Cruz from Millennial. You had a good season as a rookie. How much do you think you will improve this year now that you know what is the NBA is like?
I hope to improve a lot. I've learned so much from my first year, and I'm hoping to be able to take all that I've learned, and apply that into my second year. Um, yeah, I know the length of the season, the 82 games is a giant toll, and I think, this year I'm going to be a lot more prepared for it.
Erendira Palma, La Jornada.
Thank you. Erendira Palma from the diario La Jornada. Two questions. First, what cultural things makes you feel close to Mexico? And second, I know your brother and your sister are very good players in different sports. So how difficult is for a family Mexican origin to succeed in sports in the United States?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, how I feel close to Mexico is, I guess, just, the culture in which I was raised. I was raised very close to my grandmother. She lived down the street from me, as well as my aunts and uncles. And we would travel to Mexico as a family together, to visit, family that lives in Mexico. So I've, been there many, many times, celebrated the culture. And as far as, being a Mexican American athlete, I was kind of surrounded by them, where I'm from in Camarillo. There's a lot of Mexicans there, that reside. So I was surrounded by them playing baseball, playing football, even basketball. And, it was a great experience. And, there's so much talent, that's out there. And, I like to think of myself as someone who can inspire all that talent to go out and really chase their dreams. Because there's so many kids, that I know who are so tremendous at their sport, but ended up trying to do something different. And that's all up to them. But I like to look at myself as someone who can inspire, the next generation to really pursue their dreams and their passions.
Thank
Alejandro
you.
Centeno, de UDN.
Hello, Jaime, Alejandro Centeno from 2DN. I want to ask you, are you prepared to receive all the attention, all the focus when you coming here to Mexico City? Because the people wants to watch you play here in Mexico. Are you conscious for that? And are you prepared for receive more attention than in any other game in the season?
Um, I guess so. I don't think I have a choice, so I guess I better be prepared. Um, yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. All eyes, I realize, are going to be on me. That's why we're having this whole press conference right now. So, I'm excited for it. I'm going to go out there and give it everything I have to try to put on such a great show for all the fans. And I'm looking forward to it.
Guillermo Abogado.
Hola Jaime, Guillermo Abogado del diario Esto. Jaime, ¿qué mensaje mandarle a la afición mexicana que quedó un poco confundida o molesta por el hecho de que no participaste en el preolímpico pasado para ayudar a México a llegar a París 2024?
Um, I mean, I would just say, like I said before, going back to what I was saying about, the Mexican national team and how great of an experience that was. Um, yeah, I would just say that, like I said, I've been in talks with Coach Omar. I was just in Mexico not too long ago this summer, training down there at Cancun, and it was a lot of fun. But going forward, I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's going to be a lot tougher decision. But I take everything one day at a time.
Sergio Ramírez, Sopitas.
Hi, Jaime. Sergio from Sopitas. What did you choose to study? What did you choose to study history, and has it helped you adapt to the Heat culture?
You're talking about history?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, learning to adapt to the Heat culture. I mean, I think it's something that I'm pretty familiar with, as far as, the way things are ran here. It's it's very similar to what I was dealing with in college. And it's a mentality and a culture that I feel like I've, had my entire basketball career. So coming to the Heat, it felt like I was coming right home.
We have time for two more quick questions. Go to Alejandro Olvera, Viva Basket.
Gracias, Kevin. Jaime, two questions. What's your favorite moment from your first season, NBA season? What's your favorite moment? And did you get the chance to see your sister Gabriela play with Mexican team in summer?
To answer your first question, my favorite moment, I think, was probably my Christmas Day game. That was a really special game. My family got to come out and watch. I hosted Christmas and they were able to all see it. And I wasn't able to physically be there, but I was watching online. And I was really proud of how she played and what she was able to do.
Thank you.
And for the last one, we'll go to Luis Pavon, Claro Sports. Sorry for a few of you we weren't able to get to.
Thank you, Jaime. Thank you for having this time with us. The season hasn't even started, and you're already in the sixth man of the year conversation. Can you tell us just a little bit about your role and what Coach Spo and the coaching staff has been telling you for this season?
Yeah, I think my role is I think gonna have a little bit of a change from last season. We had some guys obviously out. Caleb was a big part of what we were able to do. So, you know, that's a hole we got to fill, and I'm trying to step up into that spot to be able to defend and make plays. And, you know, that's something that I was doing last year, you know. So I think coming into this next year, it just, you know, grows a little bit more, and next year it's going to grow even more after that. So just continuing to have confidence in myself to be able to do all those things that coach asked of me. I think, you know, it's going to be great. Very excited, looking forward to you know, whatever comes my way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jaime. Thank you, everyone, for participating.
Thank you.